Yo, what's up guys, welcome back, next match, Cross-Banlist Cup, let's zoom in. So, again, right side of the bracket, bottom part, so we have the last top 8 match, and I guess we have two kinda similar decks, as in, if they go first, it's really hard to break their board, right? We have Drytrons versus Gandora-X FTK, so I guess you can, put a Drytron under the FTK factor as well, right? So which deck has the advantage? Well, if you take a look at the votes from the people from the community tab, they say that Drytrons, again one of the more recent decks in this year's Cross-Banlist Cup, has the huge advantage over Gandora-X and FTK. I do read the comments, and again, like as I've been reading multiple times, a dice roll match, I could definitely agree. Then again, if you take a look at, hand traps are important. If you take a look at the hand traps from both decks, and mainly looking at Heralds, right? Then, like Herald.deck, Drytrons is a deck that mains the Heralds, for example. So that's Herald of the Orange Lights. So that's already a huge factor to potentially prevent the Gandora-X FTK from going through, but then again, I mean, Azathoth is still there, right? And Azathoth, Azathoth is not hindered by Maxi to some extent. It's not hindered by Ash Blossom, depends. I mean, a quick launch, you can Ash Blossom, obviously, but you know what I mean, right? You can go for an easy Azathoth on summon number 4 and shut down like Herald or whatever. Just don't activate any monster effects before that. But here, going second, I don't see an out. The Herald is there. This is game number 1, so again, we don't have to fear any like Ras fear mode, right? At least from the Drytron perspective, that is, right? So here in this case, what can I do? Again, Herald had so many negations, right? So here in game number 2, I go first. Post-side deck, and I side decked in Ras fear mode. I remember, were there any other cards? I think Maxi as well, I think so. And again, I can go for Azathoth quite easily, and this is game, right? This is again full combo. We skip it for now. I think we've seen the combo multiple times before, it's always the same. I mean, you're searching, through Dark Matter, Pisty, LP, the shenanigans. Well, Pisty is not really needed LP, it's the big boy. So now I go second, the game number 3, I open Ras fear mode, and that's important, but there is like... The thing is that I need my normal summon here in this situation, and I have both Darkroom and Unizombie, and if I use Ras fear mode, okay, maybe I can get rid of Herald, but what am I going to do after this, right? I need my normal summon. So that's the thing here when I saw this hand, like, okay, Ras fear mode is an out, like against those, boss monsters, where in this case Dark Ruler no more also would have been very nasty. But it's not the case. And Destrudo, it's something that I guess if you can, Ras fear mode their field, and then potentially go for Helki, maybe you don't even need to go for Azathoth. Because again, if you're kind of sacrificing your normal summon, it becomes much harder to, commit 2 level 4s on the field, plus have another tuner, right? Either Plague Spreader or Destrudo. But, whatchamacallit, the Underworld Goddess, again, prevents a graveyard, related effect. So I believe it can negate Destrudo as well, right? If I'm not mistaken. I think so, at least when it's special summoned from the graveyard, or wants to be special summoned from the graveyard. Okay, so game number 4, again, we are still live in a duel. I get Maxi. I'm definitely going to Ash Blossom that. Again, I don't want to give Drytrons, more draws, potentially drawing Herald. I don't think there's an Imperm, now that I think of it. So, again, as soon as I get Azathoth on field, then this should be my duel. And, again, let's go for it this time. Just for at least show one combo this time here on the video. Again, no spoilers from game number 5, because again, this is game number 4, but I mean, we're going into game number 5. This is obvious. But again, Agar Pain, again, it's always the same. Already have the Gandora in hand. Again, we're using the OCG rulings, because I don't think this was allowed in a TCG, looking at the original attack, that is, when you inflict burn damage to your opponent, right? So Heretic Seal is triggered. Normally you would special summon your Red Eyes from the deck, but it doesn't matter. Basically any dragon that can be special summoned or, you know, banished off of Red Eyes. And here Gandora hits the field and that's GG, well played. So the also important game number 5, right? Let's see. I open Ash and I have call by, so I guess we can go for it, you know, keep call by for a potential Maxi or Herald during my turn and kind of hope Drytron bricks, but as you know, it's a superb consistent deck, so, you know, I think using Ash here in this situation was a correct play. I guess maybe you could keep Ash on something like Alpha or maybe Benten, but I mean the deck plays like triple Emergency, triple Alpha, triple Benten. The deck is so ridiculously consistent, right? So I still have a chance. This is probably going to be the same field as we've seen, was it in game number 3, where Drytron is ending on Underworld and, whatchamacallit, Herald with a couple of negations, so kind of shutting down a potential Ra Sphere mode, so I guess it's a cool play, because I don't think there is any way that I could give my opponent a third monster, right? So here actually imagine me having Ra Sphere, no, again 2 monsters, but again 3 monsters for Ra and then using 2 special summons, that might have been game. Yeah, because I still my normal summon for, no, Ra Sphere mode, right? So that's the iffy part, you need your normal summon for Ra. But okay, I don't think there was an out here in this situation. Again, I had Photon Thresher, but again, I had no way to put a tuner on field, and let alone get Plague or Destrudo in graveyard. A Goddess was still there to negate the graveyard related effect, so I didn't see an out or an option for this one, so it is what it is. But Drytron wins this one and is going to take on Sword Soul in like the smaller finals, and you know, the deck that wins that one move on, or will move on to the big finals. But it is what it is. So next matchup we have a cool one, and is this a rematch from the past? I'm not sure, but I think so. We see Chaos versus Tango Plant, so feel free to leave your predictions. Okay, guys, that's it. Thanks for watching. Feel free to leave a comment or like if you enjoyed the video. Big Team signing out. Peace.